Hi, Bug community. We are at World Trade Expo and we have a very interesting lady. She is from the Skill Development Center, from Center for Excellence, from the World Trade Center itself. Here's Smita Deshmukh.
Yeah,
Yes,
good
Smita ji.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you here. Center for Excellence, Skill Development Center. The terminology used is very specific for something. Can you enlighten us?
So the vision of the skill center was to basically, it's a two part of our vision.
Hmm.
The first vision is basically to train MSMEs
Okay.
in various aspects of their business so that they accelerate their business because the ultimate vision is that they all become exporters.
Exactly.
And we run several courses for them. We do training in communication, even basic things like how you should reply to an email or what kind of social media strategy you need to do for your businesses. The second part is, of course, accelerating the business in a sense that we look at their products,
Okay.
product development. There's a lot of guidance on product development. Then there is a lot of guidance on VCs. If the VC is going to come to you, how well you are prepared? What is your business plan? So literally
Wow.
going to the fundamentals of their businesses,
Right.
literally hand holding them. So we ran a course recently called the MSME Business Accelerator, in which it was a 12 session course, which was done in collaboration with a Singapore-based fintech, where we first brought them into understanding of global business, then took them through the marketing
Okay.
strategy, and eventually
What was
product.
the duration of this?
So this was a 12 session, 1.5 hour each session online course. So we
Okay.
had participants
It
from
happens in the
across.
span of 3 months, or it's a crisp
It
one?
happened in the span of around 2.5 months. And
Okay.
of course, the last session was basically a lot of counseling and hand holding because eventually I think all of them
How
want to
is
meet
the
VCs.
qualification done for these kind of students?
The MSME accelerator was largely for small businesses. And at the WTC Mumbai, small businesses are literally like, moving. We have events or participation for them for everything, literally every week.
Right.
So it was not very difficult to like pick them up. But we found that those who are already in business for, let's say, for 2 to 3 years,
Okay.
those were the ones picked up.
Okay, so this is designed specifically for somebody from the industry who's practical enough.
Yes. So
Spend 2 years time.
exactly. So the
Wants
syllabus
to
was
move to the
designed.
upgraded level.
Yes,
Is
so
when
the
they come to
syllabus
you.
was designed by us, WTC, in participation with a fintech called DG Alley, and this is how it worked. And I think the feedback has been excellent.
No, the way you explained to me that how the course is created, it's a very intelligent way of creating it. It's not bookish, it's educative, but at the same time, very practical. You have incorporated a lot of areas where there are case studies, where there are people who are mentoring you on a particular thing. Then they are being taken forward with regards to the VC and all. So the entire value chain is been designed in that manner.
Yes, and designed by experts because it can be quite kind of a setback, that everybody wants to meet a VC. Trust me, everybody who's moving around here wants to meet a VC, but are you ready for it?
Yeah, the antenna is
Yeah.
on. You are excited, but when you want to project yourself there, you should be thoroughly prepared. I think they say the pitch is supposed to be 1 minute. If you are your pitch, you're ready for 1 minute, then you're there.
Trust me, none of them were prepared for a 1 minute pitch. But you know what? I really thought that they're doing good businesses. There is a standard business protocol. But how many of them had the vision to upscale? Because if you're not going to show that vision, the VC would
Right.
not be interested. So, and even understanding, something as basic as, suppose hypothetically, you want to export to Vietnam. We have a big Vietnam presence here. But do you understand the cultural ethos? How do you communicate in Vietnam?
So true.
The cultural sensitivity around business is so critical, which was also incorporated in the syllabus.
This is a part of consumer research, which is again further part of the buyer persona. So if you want to know anything about a country and industry, you really have to go that deep to understand how consumers behave. Very rightly mentioned, it's requiring a lot of detailing. Now I understand from you that the way this course is designed, especially for MSMEs, I would want to go a little more backward integrated to understand that how raw are these MSMEs? When do you pick up them?
So we had to look out for, especially for the MSME
How do you
accelerator.
scout?
We had to scout in terms of scalability of their business, and at least we wanted to know that what kind of marketing initiatives locally or even state-wise or nationally they had taken. And this is where we found we had to literally, like, filter down a lot, and we took around 30 of them
Okay.
to move forward. But the idea was, hand holding them. But eventually, they will have to jump the gun.
So is there some part of it which is the course becomes complementary to them because they qualified for it, or
No, they paid a certain amount of fee because the faculty was like, we had the a lead faculty from SVJ and Global. So, you can't expect them to.
no, they are known for creating MSMEs and creating
Absolutely.
students and businesses
Yeah.
who really run that well. Even the HUF students
Yes.
turn to SBGen global side
Yes.
for a lot of educational courses.
We looked at also, we tried to spread the word that, those who are also in family business, we realized that just because daddy is successful, that the son or the daughter may not.
So true.
The daddy would have a vision, the son and a daughter should have his or own vision.
Yes.
So that was also inculcated.
It's not the DNA, it's the acumen that you have got in
And
place.
it's interesting that while the skill center is focused on MSME, what we did in this year, it's very interesting that skill center also focused on giving them something as basic as how do you videograph. We had a studio kind of a workshop for them on what is called as video development. And you may think that what is this woman, why is she doing college level training programs? But we actually taught them with the help of a very fantastic digital entrepreneur. His name is Nadir Kantawala, who came and actually told them how to take market friendly videos of your businesses.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, and at the end of the session, they actually were told, okay, go across the World Trade Center and take a video, create your own script. So they were like 1.5 hours. We told them get out of
It's
the
like a
classroom.
drill, impromptu
And they came
drill.
back and we evaluated the videos at the same time. Okay, so something like that. Or everybody wants to export and everybody wants to export and spread their businesses pan India. But we realized, especially the women entrepreneurs, they were so low on understanding taxation.
Okay.
So we had a GST expert, Anandita Chatterjee. She's a big name in foreign trade training. We got her one day to teach them just fundamentals of GST in terms of, what kind of, the moment you get a GST notice, you are like, literally, what the hell has happened to me? So how
your
to reply.
center of excellence is actually getting the top people from the field to come collaborate and educate and mentor.
If you want to do a training program with us and our MSMEs, we go through their resumes, like
all out.
We go all out, and we create the syllabus together. Of course, we'll ask the trainer to come up with the training program, but we have our own intervention because the WTC there's so much knowledge base here.
Right.
So a program like this, but you'll be surprised that we had lot of interest of economically weaker sections of society in and around us saying that, would you be interested in doing something in textiles? And we said, okay, what can we do? So after a lot of thought process, we hired a very leading designer to do a program called, which we titled it called V Master. So, every designer today requires specialized people either to do the basic design or the embroidery.
Yes.
So we picked up 40 women.
Yes. It's very specific.
And we did a design studio for them.
Really?
In which they got to the fabric, they cut the fabric, they designed the fabric. And on their convocation day, they were all wearing their outfits.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
trust me, I mean, I would have bought these outfits
It's a
myself.
sense of pride for you,
And
right?
all 40 of them are
Huh.
working
Oh,
with this designer herself. Her name is Bhavini Parekh. She's fantastic designer and she runs her own foundation. So when she approached us, I said, okay, let's do something. It's so easy for us, to promote Bhavini because she is a well-known designer. I mean, the skill center doesn't require anything to promote her. But I said, Bhavini, you have something, you can do much more than
So
that.
you identified the students for her?
Yeah, we identified not only the students, but we
the
identified.
Okay. You
Yes,
gave the platform.
And we identified students from the economically weaker sections.
Yes. Someone who are actually keenly waiting for this kind of a program to
So
come.
the V Master was totally funded by us. It's like our vision to give back. So the curriculum, getting Bhavini's team, her entire studio was set up here in the skill center, along with all the sewing machines, the design. It was
Wow.
quite fascinating.
Wow.
Quite fascinating.
So you
actually.
customize it as per the need of the hour.
Exactly.
Branches are opening.
And we
Different-
provided the textiles
Right.
for them to do the final
From
outfits.
funding to curriculum to students.
Yeah.
I think this is a fab thing that you're doing, because there are many institutes across India, across world, who have somebody at the top who's handling the fun part of it, somebody in the bottom who just gets the curriculums, and then it just starts. So it's just as a business model, I think you have made it much more beyond that, to keep it holistic, to keep it intelligent, research driven, and make it a educational model, thoroughly an educational model. I mean, we are there to educate, and through that you get employability. This is really wonderful. Smita, certain things that even we do as a bug community, we have a segment which is called Bug Guru, which has mentors digitally who come across, and we have programs which are also educating in the same field, which reaches out to MSMEs. You must have got to know about us in the last season also.
Yes.
Where we are reaching out to people on every social media platform, but there is another vertical which is dedicated only to this. So if it is online, if it is social media, and we are reaching out in different categories. So now we are going to go furthermore beyond. If it is finance line, if it is taxation line, like you mentioned, if it could be textile. So we are generating right now, we are doing litmus test. We are identifying through the primary research that what type of students and where is the curiosity running in terms of learning or educating in the processes. What industries and sectors are kids from 18 years to 25 years who are looking for it. The moment we have the data and everything in place, probably we'll talk to you.
Yeah, but can I just add something?
Please.
So when you see a gigantic, ginormous building like the World Trade Center Mumbai, and an ordinary person walking on the street and says, "Oh, can I even go inside?
Huh.
I mean, what really happens here?"
Yeah.
And this is what we found post the pandemic is that there are so many people who are looking for help, especially the senior citizens. And there is a huge skill gap. We found that there are senior citizens who want people, trained professionals, to be trained by them and taking care of the senior citizens at home. So we created a program, a training program called Geriatric Care. And we tied up,
Wonderful.
the WTC Skill Center tied up with the Ministry of Social Justice in Delhi. So we have a 2-month program called Geriatric Care, again picking up people, students, literally random economically weaker sections, bringing them inside the building. Even getting them inside the building was a task. Training
course, I mean-
them and then placing them with various hospitals, various, like these senior citizen care homes. They all are working. And there are now sponsors coming forward. We want to do this ourselves, but there's a sponsor interest in this. So we will run multiple batches every year. Our first batch is over and our second batch starts.
How many students were there in the first batch?
40.
40 students. And the second batch is already slowly filling it up.
There's a sponsor interest.
Oh, wow.
We were shocked. So, and the people who are coming to teach them are senior doctors in public hospitals across Mumbai.
Oh, that's so.
And the final exam was taken by the chief matron of the Nair Hospital in Mumbai. So the examination assessment part, we are not just running courses for the heck of it. There is an assessment. So then the assessment took place. That's how.
Aren't these students the best? They're very sincere and diligent in their method, right?
Something they may not be just student. Like I'm like, there was a 40-year-old man who lost his job during the pandemic, and he was working, I think, in one mall or something. And he says, "I've taken care of my father in his illness, and this is what I would like to do." So today he is working in a very big private nursing home in Mumbai after doing our course. So
That
this
is so
literally lifting people.
Lifting up, yeah. Uplifting the society, especially identifying categories like these. I don't see many institutes doing it.
Yeah.
This is commendable,
The
Smita ji.
sponsor has come forward and committed for the
In the
next
second
3
batch
years.
itself.
Next 3 years. The sponsors committed for the next 3 years. We were
Wonderful.
like, oh my God. So it's like additional responsibility. But this is exactly what the vision of the skill center is. Uplift everybody's lives.
So Modi ji just few days back had a video where he spoke about vocalizing education, vocalizing helping people, giving back to the society. You're already doing that. We are also voice of MSME. We are also vocalizing it. At any point of time, you want us, these new classification of categories which are coming like geriatric care, you want us to vocalize it, we would definitely do it.
Oh,
We'd be
definitely.
glad
I would
to do
be.
it. That is our
I would
way of
invite
being
you one of
grateful.
these days when the next batch starts.
Yes, I mean,
To see
this unique designing, this new classification of student base, which could have some kind of an employability, why not?
In one of our MSME exhibition, there was a lady who came to meet me, and she said that she's into corporate housekeeping, and her company was, I think, Shramik Hospitality, and she was doing corporate housekeeping in various consulates and embassies. Naturally, for her to come here, and she says, "Do you know I'm a trainer myself?" So we sat down with her and created a corporate housekeeping training program of 9 sessions in which you also learn to handle various machines. We publicized the course. We created the course, we publicized the course, and we had 20 participants. Graduate students also. We trained them in this course. It's called Corporate Housekeeping, and now they're all working. And besides running her own company, she's now a trainer. So we are not holding on to this course. We have given the course
You're
to her.
open to a lot of
We gave the course to her to run. So we've actually opened a parallel vertical to her to do her business. Isn't that exciting?
It is so exciting. This just reminds me that at our BUG website also, we get a lot of inquiries by MSMEs asking for certain education purposes. Probably we should collate that data and talk to you someday.
Done.
Because I think you are a connoisseur in
Yeah.
designing of various
It's
courses.
such a vision of WTC. We are not holding on to that course. We're not saying, now, this is my
Right.
course, this is my IP. We are saying we designed it with you. As long as you are spreading the word and getting people
Go ahead,
upskilled and
flourish.
placing them,
Yes,
go ahead and do it.
It's called the concept of giving.
Yes. And so through our network, she has been to various parts of Maharashtra running this course. She's just back from Nasik. We are going to catch up with her to know how was the reaction.
So
Since we
nice.
publicized it on social media, everybody contacted us.
Smita ji, you concluded the segment on such a high note and a positive note. This was definitely needed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having. I'm a bug hero.